once again, talking about the Federal Reserve Act. There was genuine opposition to the act, but it could not match the power of the bill's advocates. Conservative Henry Cabot Lodge Sr. proclaimed with great foresight, "The bill as it stands seems to me to open the way to a vast inflation of currency. I do not like to think that any law can be passed which will make it possible to submerge the gold standard in a flood of irredeemable paper currency," what nowadays we call quantitative easing. After the vote, Congressman Charles A. Lindbergh Sr., father of the famous aviator, told Congress, "This act establishes the most gigantic trust on earth. When the president signs this act, the invisible government by the money power, proven to exist by the money trust investigation, will be legalized. This is the Aldrich Bill in disguise. The new law will create inflation wherever the trust wants inflation." The Federal Reserve Act was, and still is, hailed as a victory of democracy over the money trust. Nothing could be farther from the truth. The whole central bank concept was engineered by the very group it was supposed to strip of power. And that's why they're called power brokers. The myth that the money trust had been defrocked should have been exploded when Paul Warburg was appointed to the first Federal Reserve Board. A board which was, it's a bit like the guy that oversaw the Royal Bank of Scotland, the chairman and H-boss, he oversaw the bank going down and developing a big black hole in its accounts, yet he is then appointed to the investigative committee at the FSA, the Regulatory Oversight Board, to oversee the crime he's just committed and say there's no crime there. It's brilliant. Anyway, the money should have been defrocked. The myth should have been defrocked when Paul Warburg was appointed to the first Federal Reserve Board, a board which was handpicked by Colonel House. Paul Warburg relinquished his $500,000 a year job as a Kuhn Lowe partner to take a $12,000 a year job with the Federal Reserve. The accidentalists who teach in our universities would have you believe that he did it because he was a public-spirited citizen, and the man who served as chairman of the New York Federal Reserve Bank during its early critical years was the same Benjamin Strong of the Morgan interests who had accompanied Warburg, Davison, Vanderlip, et al. To Jekyll Island, Georgia, to draft the Aldrich Bill. How powerful is our central bank?